For millions of years, the biggest threat to human health was bacteria, viruses, microbes, and other microorganisms. All animals depend on other living things for food, so disease and infectious disease play a pervasive role in all life. A successful search for food on the part of one organism becomes a nasty infection for another. For the last several million years, most humans were caught in a precarious equilibrium between microparasites such as viruses and bacteria and macroparasites, other humans, and initially wild animals such as saber-toothed tigers and other predators. One of the most important developments in evolutionary terms that defined who we are as humans occurred millions of years ago when the first humans emerged from the treetops, probably in West Africa, and began walking upright. As we will see later, this was very important to defining who we are as humans, but also it removed these early humans from the immediate threat of the warm, moist treetops, which were also home to many, many microparasites, viruses, bacteria, and fungi. At this point, I want to introduce a very important public health concept, systems theory. There's a dynamic interaction between humans and indeed all animals and their environment. Humans and other animals seek homeostasis or balance. There's an extreme interrelatedness from all humans and their environment, especially their natural environment and their social environment. When these early humans emerged from the treetops and began walking upright on the dry, arid, cooler grasslands, cultural evolution began to outpace biological evolution. At the point that cultural evolution took over from biological evolution, we began to be defined as humans by our ability to walk upright, to run, and also to cooperate and work together collaboratively. And this was enabled by some important developments culturally and somewhat biologically in the development of language, speech, and communication skills. Hunting would not have been possible without a couple of developments. First, the ability to walk upright and later on to run, sometimes for hours, was very important to early humans, especially in their role as hunters. But more importantly, the ability to cooperate and work together as a team and to care for one another in family groups. This social development, this social and cultural evolution also defined who we are as humans. It's very important to humans to be able to communicate, to work together cooperatively. The ability to move to cooler, less warm, moist environments was important to humans in a couple of ways. First, and most importantly, it drastically reduced the threat of microparasites. Today, in West Africa, East Africa, and other equatorial areas of the world, we see a profound impact of infectious disease from microparasites. And moving to cooler environments removed these early humans from that most important and devastating effect of microparasites. Secondly, it opened up new areas for hunting, and using their basic communication skills to collaborate, these early humans took hunting to its highest pinnacle, and they moved themselves to the very top of the food chain. They were so successful at this that they wiped out almost 10,000 years ago all large-bodied herbivores. So communication skills were very important to who we are as humans. Also, the ability to hunt depended upon the ability to not only ambulate upright, but to run and to run rapidly, sometimes for hours on end, in search of prey. Another important concept for public health is the ecological model, the ecological perspective, that shows the profound impact of the social environment on humans. And this ability to cooperate and to speak and communicate is key to our ability to work together as humans. It's a very important public health concept as well. To begin our review of this video, the parasitic gradient is moving from an area high in microparasites to an area or a climate that's more temperate, less moist, where there are many fewer microparasites. And again, for millions of years, until about 100 years ago, the greatest threat to human health was microparasites. Using their ability to ambulate and run, and also, most importantly, to communicate and work together cooperatively, humans were able to move to the very top of the food chain. A major landmark in the resulting evolutionary development was the elaboration of language. Genetic changes governing the formation of the brain, the tongue, and throat were necessary to open the way for language. Language, in turn, allowed vastly improved social coordination. And this caused a great leap forward in human culture.
Top of the hill. Since we're on our way down, we might as well enjoy